Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome. Welcome to another month with me doing some midnight reading sprints. So, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Dani. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Definitely need to get some reading done. I've been kind of slumpy this month. I haven't gotten much read. I think I got one book read, maybe two. So tell me in the comments what you'll be reading tonight. If you're not reading, what you may be doing. I actually have a couple of different options. I'm feeling very all over the place, so I might not read from the same book the entire time. I also have this really strong need to go downstairs and do my dishes sometime in the sprints. I also kind of want to do my nails. So I have lots of options of things I want to do tonight. So again, in the comments, let me know what you'll be up to. I'm going to go through what I might be reading this evening. So for sure, I'll probably start with reading in London. Right now, I would be starting chapter 5, which is page 202. So I will definitely start with this. I'll start with London and read that. And I'm doing it where I'm listening to the audiobook and following along because I'm writing notes. I have my little London notebook where I write all my notes about things that happen in the chapter, and then I talk about them later on in my video. If you follow, you may see when that happens, but I'll definitely be starting with that. And then I have two other books here that I started reading. Like you can see, hardly anything has been read in either one of them. But I might get into these two. The first one being the second in this Lady Hardcastle Cozy Mystery series. So this is In the Market for Murder. And this is by T.E. Kinsey. It's about this woman called Lady Hardcastle. She's older, I'd say in her 70s or 80s, and then she has a maid whose name is Flo, and the two of them solve mysteries. And it's quite good. I like the characters. I just started reading this and then I put it down and didn't pick it back up. But I'm on chapter 3 technically of this. The murder just happened, so they're just starting to investigate. So I might read some of that. I also started this book, I think earlier in the month because I was just like, oh, this seems like fun. Let's read this. It's called Slummy Mummy by Fiona Neal. And I'm only on chapter, oh my God, am I still in this first chapter? I am only in chapter 1. So yeah, I might get into this as well. And then, like I said, I'm all over the place tonight. I'm really interested in reading something from London Lovett. If you're familiar with Rainy Day Reads, Rainy, and then Tara from Buzzword Books, the two of them have read these cozy mysteries from London Lovett, and they have such nice things to say. And I just saw another post that Rainy posted with London Lovett stuff. And I'm like, gosh, I really want to see what that's all about. So I might try to find that on my Hoopla account and listen to that when I go downstairs to do my dishes. Because I'm going to end up doing my dishes. I'll bring you along for that because I'm sure everybody wants to see what my kitchen is. Disastrous and ugh. But I might do that as well. So I have a lot of different options. So let me know in the comments what you will all be reading or doing this evening. And we'll kind of go from there. But like I said, yeah, really slumpy month for me. The only books I finished, I think technically in April, was the 5th book in the Hannah Swenson series, which y'all don't want to hear me talk about that book. And then DoubleBookedCo's book club book, which was The Color of Air by Gail Tsukiyama. So, which was good. We gave it like 3.5 stars. But other than that, really slumpy month. So yeah, a couple of different options here. Other than that, on lifestyle side, I'm doing okay. I know I posted a couple of things in my community tab like 2.5 weeks ago. I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes, which is super fun, which has been okay. You know, you get into a routine, you figure out what you can and cannot have, and you just move on because you have to. So that's been kind of the update in my life. Baby G's doing good. We've gotten so many doctor's appointments because it's like her year. So I think today we had another one today, which was with like an auditory specialist, because if there's something wrong with your kid, they clearly are going to have everything wrong with them. But she's in perfect health and hearing. I think that's like the last appointment for her for a while. I'm like really excited because like even the person today, she's like, "Wow, you've been here like a couple of times this month." I'm like, "Yeah, I have. Yes, I've had like 5 appointments for this kid in 1 month." So, but she's doing well. And yeah, we had a really nice weather week a couple weeks ago, which was like in the 80s, and then it's just been like crap since then. So that kind of stinks because I'd like to get out and walk more, but yeah, I'm not doing it because I have to do it with the baby, so I can't do that if it's cold, but it is what it is. Looks like Kim is here. Hi, Kim. Thank you for being here. We were just talking about you in the last one. We were wondering how you were doing, if everything is okay with you. But Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. I've heard so many good things about her writing. I've only read one book by her, and I cannot even remember what it was called. Night Road? Does that sound like a book by her? And I so did not enjoy that book that I have not read anything from her since. However, I have heard many good things about many of her books, like Four Winds, and there was another one that everyone's been raving about. So I may give her a second chance, but the one I read, I was like, not having it. But yeah, you'll have to let me know how that is. Are you just starting Winter Garden, or are you into it already? Like, how far are you into it? Let me know. Yeah, so tonight, like I said before, if you've been here before, I usually go all the way through till midnight, if not a little bit after. And I usually do 20-minute sprints, but last time I was starting to do 25-minute sprints. And I really like those because you can really get a good chunk done during that time. So I think we're going to do the 25-minute sprints, and we'll kind of see how that goes. But you can let me know if you prefer something different. Good. Glad you're good. I'll let Laura know because we were both kind of after the discussion, we're like, oh, we didn't see Kim there. I hope everything's okay. So thank you for letting me know. I will pass that message on to Laura. Well, then we will jump into a sprint right away. As you come on or you get collected, let us know in the comments what you'll be reading. But like I said, we'll do a 25-minute sprint. And since we're on the 10 right now, let's go ahead and just go to the 35. And I'll pop on one of my favorites, Mary M's pod, one of her reading backgrounds, and we'll get going into reading. I'm going to, like I said, do some London, and we'll see what everyone accomplishes on the back end. So again, we'll go for 25 minutes. That'll bring us to the 35. Happy reading! Okay, so we are back from our first sprint. Let me know how you did. Again, I was reading from London. I'm in chapter 5, which is called The Tower. So it's regarding the building of the Tower of London. And I got, let's see how many pages this was. So about 16 pages read. And I'm listening to it, but following along and then taking notes for my series that I'm doing on that reread. I really like Edward Rutherford's writing. It's very easy to get through. It flows really well. His characters are really good. I mean, obviously this is fiction, but it's got a lot of historical like backing to it. So it's fun to read. I've really been enjoying it. It looks like before we went to our sprint, Rachel joined us. Hi, Rachel. Welcome. And was going to be reading in Archer's Voice. And Kim, had mentioned she was at 70%. Misty joined us. So if Misty, you're still here, hello. I love a good rain when I read. Oh, no offense taken. No worries. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy these. Kim, you made it to 79%. That's awesome. I really think you might finish tonight. That's so fun. And Rachel made it to page 73. Oh, okay. What is that? I'm going to have to look that up real quick. You said Archer's Voice. Just looking that up. Is that by Mia Sheridan? Looks like it's maybe a romance or something. Something like that, if I'm looking at the right one. Whoa. That sounds pretty intense. If I'm reading the right blurb. Hello, Allie. Okay, so I'm looking at the right book. Yeah, I just read the blurb. It looks pretty like a lot of stuff probably happens. Yeah. Cool. I like the cover of that book. Yep, you got it. Contemporary romance. Yep. Oops. Take that banner down. Allie, what will you be reading with us today? Or are you working like you're supposed to be? I don't think I've read like a full romance in a while. I mean, the Hannah Swenson books has a romance element, but it's really not the forefront of the story. I think maybe That Summer by Lauren Willig was maybe the last one. But that was like a historical romance too, so. Well, and then there's the present day romance piece in it. I don't know. I don't really read a lot of romances. And then when I do, I get into like a little streak. I know when I was in the hospital when my daughter was having surgery, I was reading a lot of ebooks, and a lot of those were like romances because they were quick and they're easy to get through, and they just, flow. You just read them. And some of those were good and some of those were not so good, but it was nice to read something. I think I also read a few cozy mysteries too. But yeah. Yeah. I think in the next sprint, I don't know. I feel like I should keep reading in London because it'd be nice to get this chapter done, but I know this is a really long chapter. It looks like this one is like, oh my goodness. I would have like 60 or 70 more pages to read. I don't know if I'll read it all during the sprints. I might want to try to get into these 2 books. I really want to get the dishes done downstairs, so I might do that too. But yeah, how's everyone doing otherwise? I was thinking it might be fun during the chatty parts to do some like Q&A kind of stuff. I know some tags that have been going around have been super fun to do, so we could look into that too. Yeah, I feel like when it gets towards the end of the month, like I feel like I need to finish everything I'm reading. But thankfully, since I've stopped doing like wrap-ups and TBRs, that feeling has been lessened, which is really nice. But let me know, like, is there anything that you're really trying to finish this month? I mean, you have like 5 more days to get anything done before May is here. I personally don't really have anything that I'm really wanting to finish. I always want to finish our DoubleBookedCo book club books, but that I did finish today and did the live discussion today, so that's all done, which is good. But yeah, let me know. I know Kim was talking about Kristen Hanna, and I read only 1 book from her, and I really didn't like it, so I might just have to try her again. I feel like she reminds me of like how Leanne Moriarty is. Like if you like their writing, you tend to read a lot of it. Because I really like Leanne Moriarty, and I would read more of her books as well. So the other night, I don't remember, was it Saturday? I was participating in reading sprints that Krista was doing over in on Krista Books and Jams. And she did some questions from the Tell Me the Truth tag, which is going around BookTube right now. So I thought we would do that here as well, because there's only a few questions and I'd love to hear your answers. So it's kind of about like BookTube habits, but it's called the Tell Me the Truth tag. And I just found someone's tag that has the questions in it. But it's all over BookTube. So a lot of people have been doing it. But I'm going to go through the prompts and let me know in the comments what your answers would be. Oh, before I do that, it looks like Allie the Obermans by and I'm not even going to try to say that name. And maybe London. Oh, you're funny. The Obermans. I don't think I've heard of that one. That's the other one, Kim. That's the other one that I remember everyone talking about. It's like Four Winds and then Nightingale. Yeah, that's the 2 that everyone talks about. You have 2 other books that you're reading. Kiss the Selkie, which is a Little Mermaid retelling, and If It Had Been With Me by Laura. You know what? I feel like I just saw the book cover for that If It Had Been With Me. Is it like 2 crushed like suckers on the cover? I think you have the same book. I don't know, but I feel like I just saw that book, which is super crazy that you just mentioned it. Looking forward to finishing those by the end of the month. Good, yeah. Well, you have 5 days and some reading sprints right now to get those done. So good luck. I like retellings. And I Little Mermaid was always my favorite. Not the real story, like, where she, kills herself. But I do like Little Mermaid. Okay, so I'm going to ask a few of these questions, maybe like 2, and then we'll pop into another reading sprint here. But again, so this is the Tell Me the Truth tag. And the first prompt is, do your friends, family, coworkers know about your BookTube channel? If so, do they watch? So I don't know if anyone in the comments right now have BookTube channels, but maybe your question could be, do you know anyone else that watches BookTube? How about that? So for me, do your friends, family, coworkers know about your BookTube channel? Okay, so like, yes, pretty much everyone that is like really close to me knows, but like nobody watches. Like my mom watches, not really these live discussions or reading sprints, stuff like that, but she watches my videos. And because like randomly she'll like ask me something or she'll say something about it, so I know she's watching them like pretty regularly, and she'll comment every once in a while. But like I know for sure my brothers don't watch, and they all know that I have a channel. A lot of my close friends do not watch, and I know they know that I have a channel. And honestly, it doesn't really bother me, more so because it's like, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. Like, why watch something that you don't really want to watch? So it doesn't really bother me. In the very beginning, like when I very first started my channel, it kind of bothered me because I thought to myself, like, if you had a channel and you're trying to promote yourself and you're trying to like get subscribers and yada yada, I would support you. And then like the longer I'm doing it, I'm like, it doesn't matter. What's really crazy is when someone you know, but you're not really close with, will say something to you about your channel, and you're like, oh, I did not realize you watched me. That's when it's kind of goofy, because it's like, weird. So yeah, do any of you, I know most of you in the comments probably don't have channels, but do you know other people that you, like your friends and family, do they also watch BookTube? That's a great question for you guys. So Kim, no. Oh, well, let me know if you do, and I will be there. Yeah, you don't. I had no idea that BookTube was a thing until, it's actually kind of funny the way that I found BookTube. So I actually never really watched YouTube at all. Like, it wasn't a big thing. I didn't even start watching YouTube until probably like, it was after I moved into this house. So it wasn't even like that long ago. So we've been here for, I think this year is going to be 7 years. So it was like 6 years ago, I started to watch YouTube because I was looking up how to sell stuff on eBay or something, which I never ended up doing. But after I was looking up that, we were planning a trip, and I started looking up travel vloggers. And then while I was looking for travel vloggers and kind of like over what I was looking for, I was like, oh, I wonder if anybody makes videos about books. And I found like 2 videos of really terrible, like they were terrible videos. And I don't even think these people have channels anymore. It's very, very old. And the videos I saw were old, but like nothing else came up. And then I was like really deep into these people who like cleaned and like decorated their house and like really ritzy bougie kind of stuff. And I did another search for like books on YouTube, and I found like some of the bigger YouTubers or booktubers, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I started to like see more and more, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a thing. And then I just decided to like pop on and become a booktuber. And then that's when I really found like, oh my gosh, there are so many people doing this, and really found my like niche of people. But yeah, I had no idea that you could even, so I don't know anybody else that watches booktube. In fact, I promote like booktube as a whole to so many people. Like I worked at a bookstore for like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I don't even know, right before I got pregnant with baby G. And like as a bookstore owner, she had no idea that booktube existed until I like mentioned like that's what I do, or was doing at the time. And then like my doctor, not my doctor, but my daughter's cardiologist is a huge reader. She loves reading. I was like, do you ever like go like for recommendations or anything? Like go online? She's like, not really. I was like, oh, girlfriend, you have got to find booktube. Because she was like, oh, do you like cozy mysteries? That's what I like to read. What kind of, I'm like, I do, but I don't. I'm like, but you could like look up this person and this person and this person. They're all really big into, and like then the next time I saw her, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm watching this person and this person and this person. So yeah, like I promote booktube like to a lot of people, not just my channel. Like I don't even really mention my channel. I just say like, yeah, I have a channel. But like as a whole, you should go and check out booktube. Nadeem, hello. Good afternoon. Are you having some coffee? It's morning, maybe? It's okay that you join late. You can join whenever. You're always on time. What are my favorite booktube channels? Oh my goodness. That's a hard one because I go through like moods. I'm like a mood watcher. So of course I love Krista from Books and Jams just because I've gotten to know her on a different level. And I've watched her for a while, but I've buddy read with her and kind of had discussions with her separately, or amongst people. I've, done different things with her. So I really like her. And I try to differentiate like the booktuber and their channel. Because like I'm friends with a lot of booktubers. So it's hard to be like, oh, my favorite channel is this and this and this. But it's more so because like I'm their friend. So I don't know if like, is their channel my favorite or are they just my favorite? But there's a lot of channels out there that are really great. That like, I don't really read much of anything that they read. Like I really like Sarah from the Bookish Knitter, I think is her channel name. She used to have a different name and then I think she changed it to Bookish Knitter. I really don't read a lot of romance, but I love watching her channel because she just is so, I don't like, hospitable is a weird word to use, but she's just so nice. So I really like watching her channel. I like Scott from Gunpowder Fiction and Plot because he reads so diversely that I learn a lot about books like that I don't know about on his channel. I like Amanda from Curly Reader. But again, it's like I've read with her and that kind of thing. So it's hard to say. It's hard at this point when you're like this deep in booktube, it's hard to differentiate like relationships you have with the booktuber and their channel, because sometimes I don't watch a lot of certain things, but I'm friends with a lot of people too. And the funny thing is I don't watch like any of the booktubers I watched when I first started watching booktube. Like a lot of the big booktubers, like I can't even watch their content anymore because I feel like it's not my thing anymore. And I think too, as a booktuber, you're like mesmerized by their success because they are bigger. And then when you become I'm a small booktuber, you kind of like, I'm going to stick with my small booktube family. But yeah, I guess with that kind of question, like what's your favorite booktube channels? I think it's kind of like dependent on like what I'm looking for, what kind of recommendations I'm looking for. Like I like Brian from Bookish. I think he has a lot of great conversations on his channel. I like the Codex Cantina because they do a lot of different things, a lot of like literary things that I've read over the past. So like I like to see their outlook on that. It's so hard to say. There's just too many. I like Kim from Bookmarks, and actually I think she just changed her channel name. It used to be Bookmarks and Breadsticks, and now I think it's what her business is. The Read It and Eat, is that what it's called? I'm so terrible. But I really like her channel because again, it's stuff that I'm not typically reading, so I can gather recommendations from a different genre. But yeah, I have people from all walks of life because I like to watch booktube channels where I can gain good recommendations of stuff that I don't typically read. So yeah, but like I said, it's hard to differentiate friends from channels. So anywho, yes, I would love I would love for you to have a channel, Allie, because I think you don't give yourself enough credit. Every time, so for those of you who don't know, Allie is one of our favorite people, especially over at DoubleBookedCo during our book club. But reading with Allie is like the best thing since sliced bread because Allie, you are so informed and articulate when you talk about books that I feel so like I just love listening to you talk. I feel very privileged to read with you because you get so involved with the read that you really bring forward so many amazing thoughts. You would be a great booktuber. So I hope someday you figure something out because that would be awesome. You don't know of anyone in your offline life who watches booktube. Yeah, that's how I am. No one. And even more so on that question, like my husband obviously knows that I have a channel because, I mean, yeah, never seen a video. I think I made him watch a couple of like my earlier on rapid reviews where I thought they were really funny. So I'm like, you should watch this because it's so funny, even though it's probably super lame. But like, never ever watches my videos ever. He could care less. Okay, let's do one more question from this tag and then we'll jump into a reading sprint. Okay, so the second question is, when watching booktube videos, do you ever speed them up to save time? Yes. So definitely when I'm watching them on my phone, I will speed them up. But when I watch them on the TV, which is very often, I always forget to speed them up until like I'm halfway through and I'm like, oh, I should speed this up. And then I just go, oh, forget it. But when I watch them on my phone, I am more likely to comment. If I'm watching them on my TV, I don't comment. And I used to be very vigilant about that. I used to be very much like, I have to comment on every video that I watch so that my friends know that I'm there. And now I'm just like, I just could not be moved to make a comment unless I really feel like there's a comment to be made. But I'm just like, it's too much effort, especially when you're watching it on the TV, to like go back into the phone to comment. I do the likes a lot. because you can do that really easily through the TV and on your phone. But sometimes I'm just like, this is too much work to like pull it up on your phone when you're watching it on your TV. And so I'm really bad at commenting now. But the way I see it is, like, I love comments. Don't get me wrong. I love getting comments on my videos. I respond to every single comment that I get. But I feel like sometimes the viewer who doesn't have a booktube channel or isn't part of that like community, sometimes I feel like they feel intimidated if there's a bunch of booktubers commenting, that maybe their comment isn't as valid as all these booktubers. So I start to stray away from commenting so that, you know, people who don't have channels, who have great things to say, feel more like inclined to comment. I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing, but I was getting that impression. Like, we're all trying to support each other, but at the same time, like, I want everyone to feel comfortable making comments. So, and I don't know, that was a really weird answer, but that's all. Let's see. No, I didn't know you could. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to there, Kim. I'm trying to remember. It's getting late, so my brain is not all there, but remind me maybe. Just finished your breakfast and about to start Black Coffee by Agatha Christie. Ooh, you know, I was just at so there's an antique like mall thing. It's got a bunch of vendors in it, like a lot of vendors, and they are closing. And my husband and I went there to like check it out because this is the first we've even heard that it exists, which is silly because it's probably been there forever. But we went in there, and this one booth had all these Agatha Christie books, not vintage or anything, just like regular Agatha Christie books. And I was like, oh, cool, I should get these. And then they were selling them for like a half price books. And I was like, no. Because if you know me, I'm like the $2 chuck. I don't want to pay more than that on a used book. So, but what you said made me think of that, because they were like 20 Agatha Christie's, like, but like newer, like they didn't have any of the old copies or anything like that. But I was like, oh, these are hard to find at used bookstores. So I was like, whatever, have your half price used book. No. Well, we love reading with you too. And everything I said is 100% accurate. So, oh, speed them up. Yes. So, Kim, you can. If you go in now, depending on where you're watching, it may be a little bit different on each device, but on your phone, it's like those 3 dots, and then it'll say something like, is it the 3 dots? Or it's settings or something like that. But yeah, you can speed them up quite a bit, and you can do it on your TV as well. I always put everything at 2. I just gotta get through them sometimes, especially when I was watching a lot more booktube. Now I'm very much more selective, because I'm subscribed to a lot of channels, so I can't possibly watch everyone's videos all the time. So when I do try to get through quite a few videos, I will speed them up. But not just booktube. I speed up anything. I think my train of thought and my attention span has really took a hit in the last couple of years. So I need things to go fast. Like even reading The Tower right now, or London, I'm at two speed. I might be a little bit less. No, I think I'm at 2 point. Actually, I think I'm at 2.05. Because I can't listen to it at one speed. That's so slow. It's so slow. But that's me. A lot of people read at different speeds. Yeah, the cog. It's like the settings widget, or yeah, like a, what is that? It's a cog, but I feel like there's another word that I want to say. But anywho, top of the screen. Yep, playback speed. Yeah, you can slow them down too. Yep. Yep. Yeah, if they're longer. Yeah, if they're only like 3 minutes, I won't speed them up. But like if they're over like the 15-20 minute mark, I'll speed them up. The only ones I don't speed up are like my Disney vloggers. And I know that sounds so stupid that I watch Disney vloggers, but I'm like obsessed. I have like 4 Disney vloggers that I will literally watch every single one of their videos, and I don't speed those up. I probably should, because some of them are not that great. Like, not like the vloggers are great, but like some of their videos aren't that great. I could be watching more if I sped them up. Oh, hello, Pete. It's nice to meet you too. Okay, so I think I have waffled on long enough. Let's go ahead and do another sprint. In this sprint, I think I am going to read some more of this Slummy Mummy by Fiona Neal. And then we'll see where I get. And then in the next sprint, we're going to move locations and I'm going to get some dishes done. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay. So seeing as it's the 7, we're going to pretend it's 10 again, and we'll go to the 35. So we'll read a little bit more than 25 minutes, but we're close enough. So we'll go to the 35 again, which means Dani talked too long. But I'm going to mute myself and put on some reading background. Good luck to everyone. And of course, when we come back, we'll find out where everyone ended up. Okay, friends, that brings us back. Well, it looks like Bree's joined us. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Missy, that's what mine is. I did not. I feel very silly. I did not even realize that you had a channel. See, that's the other thing I'm terrible at. I'm terrible at knowing who has channels and who is not. Sure enough. Look at that. There we go. I'll have to look into that. Well, thank you for mentioning that. I had no idea. I'm getting bad at figuring out who has channels and who doesn't. I used to, like, when people would comment, I would see if they had a channel, and then I would go back and subscribe. But cool. Well, how did everyone do during that reading sprint? Like I said before, I am reading this Slummy Mummy, and I didn't get very far. I mean, I'm in chapter 2 now. The word, like, if you can see, like, the letters are very, very small. So being tired on top of how small these are, it is harder to get through. I'm really feeling a DNF happening here. It's just not gripping me. And I feel like this is supposed to be funny, and it's supposed to be like something I'd be into right now, but I don't know. I'm really not feeling this character. I'm really not feeling anything that's happening. So I might get to page like 50 and then fully decide if I want to do a DNF. Because right now I'm feeling like I'm not going to read this book. And if I read to 50, or really 52, page 52, that'd be the first 4 chapters. So I feel like I would get a good idea of the book if I do that. So I'm feeling a DNF coming on here. Oh, good night, or have a good day. Thank you for joining us again. You've been here every single time I've had one, so thank you. Nadine, you have a great day. So yeah, I definitely think, I don't know, I'm just really not connecting. So I might DNF that, but we'll see. We'll see. Yay, Kim, 81%. No worries. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I thought we would go back to the tag and try to get 2 more of those questions. But as we're kind of doing this, let me know too what you finished in the last sprint if you haven't already shared that. Okay, so number 3 on this Tell the Truth tag is, do you watch videos from all the booktubers you subscribe to, all of their videos, or just some? So like I said before, I'm subscribed to like over 300 channels. So no, I do not watch from all of the booktubers I subscribe to. What I will say is that there are certain booktubers that I watch more videos from. So like when my booktube bestie Laura uploads, I watch all of her stuff. When like Krista from Books and Jams, I probably watch more of her stuff than other booktubers. But realistically, I do not watch every single video from all of the booktubers, even my friends. It's kind of selective. And how I kind of do it is I open up the subscriptions and I kind of just go through that page. And sometimes what I'll do too is I will search out a channel that I like and I'll look to see what I've missed and if I want to watch it. So it depends on the content. Sometimes if I'm not really interested in the content or I know I don't have time that day, but yeah, very selective because I don't have a lot of time to watch YouTube. And let's be frank, I watch a lot of Disney vloggers, which is silly. But like, I don't know, and booktube is weird too because like I like certain kinds of videos. So it just depends. Yeah, it just depends on what I see and what's available. So I guess I kind of answered that question. Number 4 is, do you watch / subscribe to everyone who subscribes to you or only channels you really want to see? So that's a really great point. And like I said with Misty, I didn't realize you had a channel and I apologize. I don't know sometimes who all subscribes to me. So I don't know if I'm subscribed to everybody. And not necessarily, like depending on if I know someone subscribed to me and I know they have a channel, I will definitely go and look at their channel. But what I will say on top of that is I do a lot of purging. So like every once in a while, I'll go through all of the channels I'm subscribed to and I'll purge channels if, say, for instance, they haven't posted in like over a year. I kind of just take them out altogether. If I haven't watched from them or what I have watched, I haven't really enjoyed for a while, I'll purge. But even with that, I still always have like over 300 channels. And what happens is because some of the people that I like watching will do like booktuber shout outs or they'll do a collab with a bunch of different booktubers I'm not aware of. And then so I end up subscribing to more booktubers. So the list just keeps getting longer and longer. So then I do have to make sure that I'm purging and watching what I can. So yeah, there's just way too much to watch. Okay. Let's see here. Definitely selective in which videos watch, though I tend to go through phases, not sure why. Yeah, I'm very similar. I'm very selective just because of the time that I have available. But I also try to be loyal. Like it's really weird. Like a lot of the friends that I have on BookTube, or when I know a lot of people, booktubers specifically, that do watch my content, I will try to make it a point to watch theirs as well. But I think what you'll see from a lot of booktubers is when you first start out, you're watching a lot, you're supporting a lot. And then the longer you're on, the more selective you have to be because there's just so many people that you're subscribed to. And yeah, it gets to be way too much. Aw, well, you have a good night or day. I think it's daytime for you. So, aw. Oh, you're going to leave this on for the doggy? That's so nice. Well, have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. It's always lovely to see you in the comments. Okay. Well, it is about 1:45, which this went by really fast, and I feel like it was because I was talking a lot, which I, for some reason, didn't think I was, but here we are at almost 2 hours in and 2 reading sprints, which is worth an hour of the time, but that means that I've been talking for an hour as well. Anywho, I think we should jump into another sprint. I know it's only been 10 minutes of Dani talking, but I think we should hop into another sprint. I'm actually going to change locations. I'm going to go downstairs because I really want to get my dishes done, and I think I can get them done within a sprint. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a book right now on my Hoopla account. If anyone's familiar with the library system here, some of your libraries may offer Hoopla, which is a free service that offers like audiobooks, ebooks, magazines, movies, that kind of stuff. I'm going to see if they have any of London Lovett's books because I'm really wanting to try them out. And it looks like they do. And I know the first book is called... Yeah, they don't have the first one. So I guess that's not going to be happening. That's too bad. It looks like they have a #1 in Firefly Junction. Maybe I'll just start there. Because there's, I think it's Marigolds and Murders is the first in a different series. But they do not have that. But this one, they have the first book. So it's the Firefly Junction series, and this first one is called Death in the Park. So they're cozy mysteries. So I think I'm going to listen to that. So I'm going to go ahead and borrow that. And then we can go ahead and play that. But yeah, let's go ahead and move locations. What you're going to see right now is, so I'll pop the sprint on, and then you'll see my screen go black with just my little picture, because obviously I don't want to make anybody motion sickness by me moving around. But I'm going to move us downstairs because I'm going to try to get some cleaning done in the kitchen during this next sprint. But let me know in the comments what you will be doing. Excuse me. And if you're going to be reading or if you're going to be doing something else, I'm going to be doing a little bit of both, so dishes and audiobook listening. And we'll start that sprint. So we're at like the 50, so 25 minutes would bring us at 1:15. So I will go ahead and put us at the 1:05 and get us started there. And I will bring up Mary's page again. And boopity boop. There we go. And then, like I said, you're going to see me mute and stop my camera, and I'm just going to move location, and then you'll see me pop up again. But good luck with whatever you may be reading or doing, and I will see all of you very soon. Okie dokie. Well, that was a very productive sprint for me. I was able to get all of the baby's dishes done and the majority of the other dishes done. I still have a few down there, but they can wait until tomorrow. So I'm very happy that I got that done. So, woot woot. I also started reading, I mentioned it before the sprints, but it's called Death in the Park. It's book 1 in the Firefly Junction series by London Lovett. That's what it looks like on Hoopla. I'm in chapter 4. It's not a very long book. It's like under 7 hours, so I'm not quite sure what that equates in pages, but it's not very long. But I'm liking it. No murder has happened yet. I'm assuming that a murder will happen, but right now you're just kind of like understanding who the characters are and how they've come to be where they are. And the main character, Sunny, has recently moved to this Firefly Junction and is trying to bring an older home, like an inn, back to life, and then she'll like run it. But she's also like a journalist, so she's working for the local paper. She's actually just driving into her first day right now, so I don't know how that will go. But I am liking it, and there's kind of like a paranormal piece to it because they're talking about like ghosts and stuff. So I'm very intrigued. I'm actually very much enjoying it. So I'm glad that I kind of like jumped ship on the Slummy Mummy and started that. So I'm excited. This is my first dip into London Lovett's writing. So I am enjoying that. That's very good. So if you are still here and you want to share what you did during the sprint, definitely jump into the comment section and let us know. I think it's already after midnight here, but I'm thinking like one more sprint. I know, like before this last sprint, I was like, okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. But considering I was just doing dishes and everything, like I've got like a little bit of like, I wouldn't call it a second wind. I would call it like a 1.5 wind. So I'm feeling like I could probably go for another sprint. Excuse me, my throat was very dry. Plus I'd like to like read some more of that book. So I think we will do one more sprint. And I think we'll like cut the chatting off soon. We'll start that sprint at the 25. We'll like cut off chatting at the 25, and then we'll do a 20-minute sprint to end, and then we'll just come back to say goodbye. But yeah, it looks like Misty is on chapter 39 out of 56. Fish in a tree. Oh, very nice. I feel like I've seen that author's name before. Yeah, I hope that's good. You know, sometimes you can never go wrong with middle grade. So many good books come from that genre, that category. So awesome. Yeah, I think what I said before, I think I'm gonna read like maybe sometime tomorrow when I have a little bit of downtime. I'll just try to read up to page 50 to really decide if I'm going to DNF this, but I think I will probably end up DNFing this and just popping it in a little free library. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one so far, but I'm really enjoying Firefly, and I've already put it back on my nightstand here, or my headboard, whatever, nightstand. But London is doing very well. I should see what page. I think I got to 218, so I should update my Goodreads because I've been trying to stay on top of that. tell me in the comments, like, do you guys really do a lot in Goodreads? I know that a lot of people have switched over to Storygraph, and I don't really know what the difference is. I haven't really looked too far into Storygraph. I am on their email list, so I get like emails from them all the time. But yeah, I just do Goodreads because it's what I've always done. So I have to pop in there and adjust all my reading. So yeah, super fun. Well, let's finish that tag. I think there were like 2 more questions. Like I said, it wasn't a big tag. Oh, did I lose it already? I did. Now I have to find it again. Let's see here. Oh, I suppose I could just look at my history, right? Yeah, I can just... I have to do that. Oh, here it is. Okay. So let's look at the last 2 questions here. Okay, so the next question, and please feel free to answer. Do you watch or subscribe to booktubers based more on content or personality? And I would say for me, it's a little bit of both. So there's some booktubers that I subscribe to that I don't read anything they read, but I do enjoy watching them because of their personalities and the way in which they present their content. And then, there's a few booktubers, and I can't really name any of them because I don't pay attention that closely. But there's some where I don't really like their content. I don't really like their personalities. But some of the books that they say, like, I do want to learn a little bit more about, so I just kind of grin and bear it. And I can't really name who those are, but I know I've watched some where I'm just like, oh boy, like, your personality is not that great, but I really want to know about this book. So those are kind of like the more of like, I watch them every once in a while if I know they're talking about something specific. So yeah, but I think the personality piece is strong because you want to be able to, like, a booktuber has to be palatable, right? So that is a big one, but content is important too. And then this last question is, do you listen to booktube videos while doing other things, or do you sit and watch the video? It depends on what I am doing. But yes, I have put on YouTube or booktube videos while I'm doing something else, but it depends on the kind of video. So like just now when I was doing dishes, most of the time I've been trying to do audiobooks, but I used to do a lot of getting my YouTube videos done during that time. But it would be like the chatting ones where they're talking about books and I can kind of glance over and see the book when they're holding it up. But like if it's like a vlog or something like that, I do want to watch those. It really depends on is like what the content is. So yeah, I would say yes, I do when I'm doing other things. If I'm working on DoubleBookedCo stuff, I'll just put them on and not really watch it, but like I'm listening to it. So yeah, it just depends on what I'm up to. But okay, so we just hit the 25 and I said I would stop chatting at that time. So let's do one final sprint. It's going to be 20 minutes, so just 20, and bring us to the end of our sprints tonight. I'm actually going to be doing my nails. So my mom sells these Color Street nails. So I'm going to be doing some pet nails. So you can see there's like some dogs and cats on there. And then I'm going to put glitter on top of them. So it's like a purple glitter. I know you all care so much, but I don't know. I just had this just wanted to do this all of a sudden. So I'm going to do this now. It doesn't take very long. So we'll do a 20-minute sprint, and I'm going to listen to more of London Lovett. And you can tell me in the comments what you'll be finishing up. And when we're done with our 20-minute sprint, we will come back and say good night, good morning, or good afternoon. Okay. Good luck.
I just got the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra from US Cellular. With the most powerful processor yet, it can game smooth.
Okie dokie. Well, that was an end to our last sprint. I am still doing my nails, but right now I've got the first layer on, so I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know if it'll show you, but like I have like little doggies on, and then I'm adding a layer of glitter on top of that. So I only have one of that done, but let me see if I can get this next one on. I can show you a little bit better, but so I'm listening to this Firefly Junction book by London Lovett. It's the first one in the Firefly Junction. It's called Death in the Park. We just now have gotten to the like murdered person. We don't know who's murdered yet. They just followed the police and the fire people to the park. So things are getting a little interesting. I have a feeling I know who it is that is there. But yeah, so I'm really liking it. I like the way it's written. I like the character. I like how fast paced it is. Yeah, so it's finding out to be a pretty good read. So I'm glad that I made the switch over to something new, especially for how like much I was kind of in a reading slump in April. So hopefully I can read more during the day and not have to do this all at night, because obviously being awake at night cuts into how awake I am during the day, which I kind of have to be awake during the day with the baby. So that being said, I really should go to bed. But I kind of got to finish this task that I started here, which again will not take very long. I'm almost done as I'm finishing talking here. So if you're still with me, go ahead and let me know in the comments what you accomplished today during our reading sprints before we say goodnight. I actually feel very productive. I got a little reading done in London. I got a little bit of reading done in Slummy Mummy, which I think I'm going to end up DNFing, but that's okay. I got a good amount done. I'm 22% in to this new book, London Lovett, and I got a really good chunk of dishes done, and I am almost done with my nails, which I spontaneously felt like doing. I don't do my nails very often, so when I have the urge, I try to do it, because sometimes it just feels really good to do your nails, and these are turning out quite cute. So I just finished this whole hand, but you can see now it has the glitter. So it has like the dogs underneath. So this is what it was before with the dogs. And I'm sorry if it's not focusing, but these are the dogs. So it's just a clear coat with the dogs. And then here's where I've added like purple glitter. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but it is purple. Maybe I'll take a picture and post it on Instagram tomorrow. So, but yeah, these are those Color Street nails that my mom actually sells these. So it's 100% nail polish and goes on really nice and easy. And lasts a good amount of time, especially when you have the glitter. The glitter really holds for a good amount of time, which is really nice. So kind of just put it on and tear off the excess. And you can use an emery board as well, but I'm able to just kind of tear it off. So yeah, so it looks like I may not have anyone left here. It looks like there's 4 of you there, but you might be watching on TVs or whatnot that you can't comment, which is perfectly a-okay. But I hope everyone who's out there had a good night and read a lot and got some stuff done and was productive during these reading sprints. Again, I try to do these on the last Tuesday of the month, and that's how it's been landing. So feel free to join me next month. Let me look at the day. It looks like next month it'll be on the 30th. So almost the very last day of the month. So that's super fun when it lands on so close, because then you can really try to get what you're trying to get done. But yeah, I think we'll call it a night. I'm just going to finish putting these glitters on. And then I'm actually going to run downstairs again. I should probably have like a bedtime snack with this gestational diabetes stuff, because my fasting number is going to be crazy because I haven't eaten since 7:30. So I should probably have like a midnight snack to keep my blood sugar where it needs to be. And then I'm going to go to bed. So that's my plan. Yeah, I hope you all had a great night. I hope you all read something great. I hope that some of you finished what you were reading. I know so many of you were so close. I know Kim was really close. And I know that Rachel, you were trying to finish a few books before the end of the month, so I hope you get those done too. But I had fun. This was a good time, and I'm really happy I got those dishes done. I mean, I didn't get them completely done, but I got a lot done. So I don't have to worry about that tomorrow then. So super. Okay, well, I've only got 1.5 nails left, and then I am all done. What a great night. If you're watching this in replay and you got this far, you get a gold star. Gold star from Spenelli Speaks. It's worth a lot. You should be proud of yourself. Especially if you're here like in real time too. You get a gold star plus a blue heart. Because my favorite color is blue. Okay, last one. Woot woot. So easy. Takes no time at all. Very cool. Boop. Okey-doke. Well, that's all she wrote. So now both my hands, I don't know if you can see like the little glitter and the doggies underneath. I'll have to take a picture and put it on Instagram so you guys can see. It's super cute. It looks like I just got a little manicure. And I did it all by myself. In under an hour. Like under a half an hour. So it was a 20-minute sprint and whatever I just talked to you. So, woot woot. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to call it a night, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, everyone, for being here. I hope you have a great day. Reading something great, taking care, staying safe. You know how it goes. Happy reading. Bye.